One.
Good morning, Commission.
Morning.
My name is Kapu. I live up in the Valley of Kaula on Kuleana lands. And before I start, um, I'm a beneficiary waiting on a waiting list. But at the same time, 17 years in litigation on lands, finally was able to win my property back from an adversary that claimed title from Pioneer Mill. The reason why I'm here is I like to mimic the words of our kupuna, Daro Awohi, on his issues and concerns on basically how the whole process on homestead services are provided for our people. I want to remind this body that we have missing elements here that I'm hoping that this body doesn't really tend to the provisions or laws under, how would you say, these ethical codes based upon Robert's Rules of Order, because that's a Malahini kind of way of conducting business that we, as a commission for the benefit of Hawaiians, should set aside those priorities to make sure that everybody has a due process when they come to the table that is kanaka. And what I see before me is a lot of issues and concerns when you start talking about approvals on the homestead services divisions. There's some of them I kind of agree with, but there's a lot that I don't. And it has a lot to do with what is provided on the exhibits, especially for the approval and consent to mortgages. We supposed to be helping our people, not putting them on a pedestal because of their failures. Because if that happens and we fail them, what do you do? We adopted this so-called foreign way of living under the United States illegal occupation. We try to juggle those things as a commission, as the people of Hawaii, to make sure that we're being compliant to providing housing and homes for our people. But we always end up falling in this trap. And the trap is based upon the provisions that's supposed to be provided for our people that comes from the banks, that comes from the legislation, that comes directly from the governor. Our decisions isn't made up on our common values on how we need to protect our people. We have many people that are coming over here because they feel that they're threatened, that they might lose their homes. A lot of people come today because their homes are dilapidated and falling apart and coming to you for help. Where is the justice? How are we going to provide for our people? So I look at this list and, like I said, there's a lot of things I disagree on, and I think maybe this commission needs to more look at ways on how we can provide services, not ways on how we can take away services, especially for delinquencies. The economic basis in Hawaii right now, because of the affordability of homes, puts us up so far up against the wall that it also draws all of you into that same trap by making decisions that can hurt these people that come in over here to figure out whether or not you guys gonna cut them some slack. I'm here as a beneficiary waiting on the list. And I asking you, am I gonna be on that list too? All because of what we're being subjected by the state of Hawaii, by an illegal entity, and by bankers that are only looking to get a fast buck. So I employ to you this commission to oversee those things and have the commonality in yourself to look past all these so-called provisions that you provide that would more take away from these people that are coming to you because they have rights to these lands. It's sad that we cannot just say that, hey, you know what, we give them the property, Let them deal with whatever they want to. But no, the rules are subjected to make sure that they comply to a United States code of conduct. That's not our code of conduct. That's not where we're coming from. You people was put in this position to provide, to make sure that our beneficiaries have a safe place over their head. So they have a place so they can raise their families. I say this because I fought long and hard because I knew that this process, I don't know whether or not I 7,000 on the list and I signed up in 1987. And I got juggled all around the place, seeing that the new bloods, all of a sudden, they jump right before me. And I've been waiting that long to find out whether or not I'm going to be provided homes so I can pass those homes to my families so my kids don't have to live off the grid like how we do right now. So we can be part of the system, so we can be part of the Kanaka Nation, so we can rise up, so we can show that we have a place, that we are somebody in this society. You got to give us hope. You got to make me understand where I fit in this society. I never like wait for this, so I fought for my lands. I have my lands back, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm one out of 1,000 that did it in the long haul. And I hope you really consider when you start looking at these things to make sure that everybody's at the table. Is there true representation for Oahu being present as a commission here? What about Big Island? Moko Keawe? I know you're missing some commissions in there. I know you're missing some people that should be the voice of the people that come from these areas, but without that, I don't think any of these things should even be considered at this point. I think that you guys should also push. There is some opportunities that are coming down the road. Leali'i. Up country, Kapu, Apkula. What's happening up there? What about our agricultural lands that we've been waiting for a long time? Instead of trying to figure out how we can get one person out and put somebody else in, why don't we provide more homes? Why don't we provide more lots, more farm lots, at least something to give our people hope that there is future for us? Right now, our people are feeling that they're no longer, their issues and concerns are no longer cared for or no longer answered for. So I implore you, find it within your heart when you start making decisions. This is not us. All these things that you provided under the provisions under the Homestead Services Division, when you start talking about streamlining and the refinance of loans and all those kinds of things, we got to be subjected to the banks and the lenders and all these radical red tape that we got to go through. Our Kanaka shouldn't be subjected like how every foreigner that comes to these lands thinking that they can buy off on all these properties. Land titles in Hawaii is clouded. I've proven that. So if that is the case before us, look at the lands that are set aside under the HHL properties and put our people on those lands. Not with all these conditions. Help them out. I get families in this room right now. They're trying to figure out where they're going to turn to next because we've been subjected by the United States corporate delinquent rules of order. So I'm asking you, set aside these so-called Palanaio decision-making, Robert's rules of order kind of things, and let's have some Kanaka order here. Let's make sure when you guys start making decisions, make it for the benefit of the people and not being subjected by the rules that are applied for you by the so-called de facto government. Thank you for your time, Mahalo.